a fair question.
Hey everyone, this is Robin. I'm here with your NEPA shows coming up this week on Friday, November 18th.
Hey, and welcome back to Beyond the Break podcast. I am your host, AL, and we've got...
I'm Ben, your co-host. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
How are you doing, dude?
I'm all right. Actually feeling rested for a nice change. I got a little nappy today, so I'm all set to go.
Nice.
Best half hour of my life.
Nice. I took a nap today too. No, I didn't. That was yesterday.
Wrong day.
Yeah,
you were unconscious at some point in the past 24 hours.
I was.
What even are days?
That's a fair argument. That is fair. I mean, what is time? Right? Time doesn't exist, right? Or something.
It's a human construct, one of those deals.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I'm never late for anything because humans are a mess.
That's very true. I'm surprised we accomplish anything that we do.
Yo, we got here on time. I want it on my records. Today was a grand day for Benjamin. He was on time for something in his life.
Yeah, that's
almost
doesn't really happen. So
no,
consider yourselves lucky if you are watching on time as well.
My friends have taken to lying to me so that I get to things on time, and I have
Ben. So you're co-hosting now. You're a part of the big break. You want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? And
sure. So I'm Ben Dugas. I own LB Entertainment with Lisa Prevost. We have been in business for about almost 4 years as of next month, running LB Entertainment. I've also beyond that have I think between Lisa and I, we have over almost 30 years of experience in the entertainment industry, between theater and bands and just live entertainment in general. I've been doing this for way longer than I care to admit. But yeah, I work in the industry, been in the industry forever. And I joined the big break as your helper with your takeover events, which I...
Whoops. Wrong one.
Wrong button. But takeover events. So we are having our first big break takeover. We are taking over 12 Penny on the 24th, Friday night, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. With 4 of our bands that are competing in this year's big break competition. And they are going to entertain you. And then after they are done entertaining you, I am going to play music out and DJ until the end of the night. So it's an entire night. We're taking over the club, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm really excited, actually, because this is the most bands I've ever coordinated at one point.
I went with, we went yesterday to the 12 Penny. It was my first time there, and that stage looks really cool, man. Like, it's
really fun. I've always liked that stage. And I like that it's a good size stage too, honestly.
It is absolutely.
Full lighting system, fog machines, the whole 9 yards. Like it's a nightclub. So it's really cool to play in a nightclub.
Yeah. And I like the separation. It's kind of like the Keystone stage in that sense, where you've got the music in one room, and then you can go to another, for the 12 Penny, it's a bar. But at the Keystone stage, it's like a lobby, and it's really cool.
Yeah. And it's really, really well sound protected too in that room. So like if you need a momentary break from the music, or if the sound's just too loud, you can always step in the other bar and enjoy the jukebox for a little bit and still kind of hear what's going on, but not be over encumbered by it. Because sometimes we all need to step away from the loud sounds. So it is definitely available there.
Yep. Speaking of the big break, let's just want to talk about all these awesome prizes that are up for grabs. You've got a record deal from Route 6 Records. Obviously anything on this list is optional. If you don't like the deal, you don't have to go with it. Same thing with anything else. So my personal favorite on this entire list is number 2 there, a product named after the band from Mad Twisted Hatters Infused Emporium. I think that's like
That's my favorite too.
That's priceless, man. So like
Name something after me. That's forever.
Yeah. So somebody buys this product and it's called let's see, the Crates. They won last season, so let's say it's called the Crates, and somebody gets nice and
the Crates, creepy crawlers, gummies.
Crates, creepy crawlers.
Wasn't that creepy crawlers? Wasn't that like the boys version, or like the forgive my use of gender roles, but the boys version of the little oven thing for kids?
Easy bake oven, creepy crawler.
Easy bake oven, yeah. It was like, but it was like all gummy stuff, and it was really. I always wanted one of those. My parents never got me.
That and Crossfire.
I had Crossfire. There's a photo somewhere of me when I was like, playing Crossfire with my dad, and it's one of the few photos I have that's like me and him like aggressively playing a board game at each other. It's yeah. Those little metal balls packed a punch, man. If you manage to launch one off the table, you can do some damage.
All kids' toys in the 90s were dangerous to all human.
Yeah. How did we survive, man? I don't know.
I don't think we did. I'm sure this may be the afterlife.
So, moving down the list, there's a distribution deal from MLM Entertainment, New York based. We've got obviously a high quality, professionally produced music video, a song recording from award-winning Encore Studios, where generally that's the song that's going to end up to going with the music video.
You love us some Encore Studios, absolutely.
Yeah. And they get there, if you get to the finale, we completely produce audio video the entire night, so you get that. We've had Look Back Luna from season 2. From season 2 they actually took some of those songs that were live and recorded at the finale and made added them to Spotify as a small mini EP. Photo shoots, invitation to perform 3 songs in the Break Room series, which is kind of like I compare it to NPR's Tiny Desk. It's kind of like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, like a broken down acoustic set, basically. And then a 1-year VIP subscription from Merch Booth, which is also awesome. So you get like all these classics.
I do love my Merch Booth.
Yeah, you're on Merch Booth as well, LB Entertainment. So, but yeah.
I got yelled at actually the other day because of my I haven't updated to any kind of St. Patrick's Day shirts yet. So apparently I've got to do that for one of the shirts at least or something. I was like, my friend Cal, Cal. He was like, where? I think he was a few sheets to the wind when he said it. He's like, where is the St. Patrick's Day merch I've got to buy for 2 weeks from now? And I was like, I have been busy with the big break and have not even Googled 4-leaf clovers. So I'm sorry, sir. Right. But
yeah. So we are supposed to have a guest tonight, but I don't know where he is. So, we got an update.
It's me,
John Fry.
John Fry.
Okay, so I have an update from our field correspondent, Robin.
We have a guy in the girl.
So we're just gonna go ahead and play this music video, and I'll get the info during the video. So, John Fry, you want to play that? right. So
right.
we still don't have our guest, but
No.
we know that he's alive.
He's alive and well. That's important.
I don't know if he's well. I know he's
Well,
alive.
He's still with us in some regard.
Right.
He'll always be with us. No.
I guess he has some emergency to take care of, and we're waiting to hear back if he's actually going to jump on or not. I don't know.
It's all right. We go with the flow. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. That's
all
right.
we can do.
So what's up?
Dude, I wasn't gonna pop in because I was like, he's got this. He knows what we're gonna do next. It's like
I'm gonna sit here and look pretty. We're just gonna do close-ups of each other's faces and just be like, "This is what you get if you come to
tonight, dude."
Hey, John Fry. John Fry, you remember when my mom thought you were a 70-year-old John Fry?
I feel like that story is construed.
I feel like we're not going to clarify it at all because it's better that way.
You know what? I'm going to leave it at that, folks.
It's like I am 70.
You know what? I am. I'm 70. I look great. I also
70,
send. I also send my friends' moms gift baskets.
Yep. Apparently.
That's why they think you're 70.
Even when I didn't know they existed. Yep. That's a weird story, man.
That is.
That's kind of crazy. It's like, so there's a guy named John Fry on Facebook, and we've been friends since like Facebook started. That was like the first thing I did on Facebook was just like go conquer every John Fry there was out there.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, you got it. Like
only for me.
Because I mean, I was there for Facebook's beginning. I don't want to brag, but I was there for the beginning. And like that was one of the things I was like, oh, you could go on the internet and just find everybody with your name. We started.
I've never found anybody with my name.
That makes sense.
I was actually
I found your mom and I sent her a basket. So.
You look really good for 70, John.
Yeah. That sounds like
not for 30, but great for 70.
We do have an update. Michael. Foschino.
I said
Mike
it like
Foschino.
Michael Foschino
is going to be joining us shortly.
Oh, cool.
And so he's a business entrepreneur in the entertainment industry. He created Live Mic Music in 2019 as an extension of an established content company, with a goal to find local musicians and provide the tools and resources needed to advance their music career. Oh my God, that sounds so freaking familiar.
That sounded like it was made
like deja vu all over
again. Yeah. Is this what we do?
Like it was built in a factory.
Right. He grew the brand by producing EPK work for artists and providing promotion, content, and opportunity to growing bands.
Nice.
I feel like I'm talking about us.
I feel like everybody that comes on this show is more acclaimed than I am.
Right.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, there's Mike. Mike, we were just
talking about guys.
It's all good, man.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Yo, do you have headphones possibly?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just throw headphones in, or there's going to probably be an echo?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay. I'm just going to take you out. Once you get the headphones in, just give me the thumbs up. I'll pop you back in.
All right, no problem.
And we're going to talk about you in the meantime.
Yeah, we're going to talk shit on you in the meantime.
All the bad things.
So yeah, Mike is he has an experience recording. He has experience recording music. He's a co-organizer of STATFest, which stands for Summertime All the Time, which has gathered thousands of fans in admission. Their lineup has featured names like Tropidelic, Bumpin Uglies, Badfish, the Floozies, Goldfish, and more.
Names are the best.
With
I'm terrible with names. So like all these bands these fantastic names. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna remember any of them for the next 20 years. Like it's gonna take me a while.
Floozy is such a good name.
So he's got experience with hosting numerous events around Long Island, and that's where he's from. He's most recently decided to move to Honesdale, starting up an incubator building called the Creative Compound, which hosts small businesses, music events, offices, and more.
Okay.
So I think
Honesdale,
it looks like
right in the
he
heart of
might be
Honesdale.
ready to come in.
Yeah, I
And
think we're good.
all right, how you doing, man?
What's
Let's
going
hear
on?
you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
can
you
hear
might
you.
just.
You're
I'm
very
gonna turn
quiet.
his mic settings up,
Yeah,
and then I'll pop out of here, and you'll be good.
sounds good.
Right. Sounds good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're pretty quiet, but
All right, let me do this.
yeah.
Better?
I got him. I'm gonna turn his settings up. Yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah. So what's up, Mike? How's everything going?
Not bad. I'm on my couple days off on Long Island right now. I like to escape from there for a few days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. and you were both-
What brought you to Honesdale from Long Island?
The straight answer to that was I was Googling a map trying to find somewhere within 3 hours of New York near a lake, and I found Wallenpaupack, and that kind of led me into the area. I did some research on Honesdale, found out that it was like a very entrepreneurial friendly town, did some digging, went to go visit it, and I feel like walking up Main Street kind of just saw the potential of what they're trying to do over there. I was always a Poconos goer, I was a Woodlock goer when I was a kid, so I always kind of knew the general area. And then that spot just kind of fit the description. Found the building for sale. It was seemed like it had a lot of potential, so we went with it.
Nice.
Very
Nice. That's yeah. So and how long have you been in Honesdale now?
I've been there for about 2 years now. We opened up November 2021, so we bought the building in August. So I've been there pretty much since then, and I still go back and forth. I still come back to Long Island during the week, take a couple days here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
So you've been involved in the music and entertainment industry for some time now, right? When did you start and how did you get into it?
it was in 2019. Out on Long Island over here, there's a very big local scene. And a group of my friends were heavily involved. They're musicians themselves. They were guys that I went to school with. They were the guys that were kind of hosting the bar crawls in the main towns. And then we started getting involved with each other. They were musicians. I was kind of more of the business side. I'm not a musician myself. And then when we were trying to find people to book shows and realizing that there's a large lack of proper EPKs out there, that's kind of where we spun the idea of the company for live mic music where we basically became that one-stop shop to provide EPKs for upcoming musicians at rates that made sense for musicians to go with. And then from there, we just kind of started growing. We turned into a record label. We had 12 artists signed. We released over 100 albums. Not 100 albums, 100 tracks. We've totaled over 2 million streams. We've hosted a music festival called STATFest. I happen to be wearing my shirt right here.
Nice.
Summertime all the time. That was a big event. We had a 1,500 person pull the first year. We brought in some national acts. We had Badfish, a Sublime tribute. We had Tropidelic. We had the Floozies. We had Goldfish, and a couple of local acts. And we put it on in our hometown, 10 minutes away from our houses. We were the ones that bought the beer, sold the beer, brought the talent in, brought the stage in. We set the stage up. We worked with the sound guy. We did the sound. We were working with the lights. We brought the vendors in. We did everything, the food trucks. So,
Yeah.
it was a hell of an experience to do that.
Nice.
Full production. Yeah, I feel like we do a lot of the similar stuff here with the big break that you did then. In Long Island. What part of Long Island were you at?
I'm Massapequa.
Okay, yeah. I used to live in a little town called Hicksville.
Yep, 10 minutes away.
And then I lived in another town called Jericho.
Mhm.
Yep.
Did you ever practice at the A Room in Hicksville?
No, I was little. I was very little.
It's a rehearsal space out there. I worked over there for a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing I practiced was skipping school and stuff. Yeah, no, that's really cool, man. So Honesdale, a funny thing about Honesdale is that hospital, the Honesdale Hospital right by your
Wayne County Memorial, yeah.
Yep. That's where my oldest child was born. So when we came to visit you the other week, I haven't been to Honesdale in a long time, and driving by the hospital was very nostalgic. That was
Yeah,
like
it's a nice little town.
22 years ago.
Oof, jeez.
My God. My God.
I always forget you spawn children.
Babies come from Honesdale.
I don't live in Honesdale. Wait, I was there a week or two ago.
Roll for Mike night. You guys were there.
Yep. So that's cool. What's your thought on, the music scene here, as opposed to Long Island and where you're from?
I feel like it's somewhat similar, but it's also way different. I feel like we haven't really found the direct community of upcoming musicians, which was really what our goal was out here, was to find those people who were just starting off, just starting to do their thing, and becoming a part of their careers at an early stage, and just kind of providing the opportunities that we could out on Long Island. And I feel like in Honesdale, we're still trying to find where those up and comings are. We're starting to get them. We start to see them pop into the open mics. We definitely have an older crowd at the open mics. Our young musician showcase on Saturdays is where we started to bring in some of the younger artists. I would definitely love to find some more upcoming original musicians, because that's kind of where our company originated from, was finding those original guys. But it's tough out there. It's definitely this town is definitely tough to get the music industry going. Weekends are tough. We also don't have a liquor license, so we're not a bar. And
Right.
As much as that has its advantages for being like an all age venue, there's also the huge disadvantages where most people want to go out and drink a beer.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's definitely an uphill battle. But
now
I mean,
you do
it is
like
nice to have an all ages venue though, because there's almost nowhere for the younger people to go out. Like we used to have a place around here that we could go out when we were younger, and it just, after it closed, they're left with nowhere to go. So it's just kind of,
you're
it's nice
talking
to have a place
about
where,
Metro, huh?
well, they're actually there in
Shout
Metro,
out to
and then
Jessup
even
Dome.
what was that?
The Jessup Dome. You remember the Jessup Dome? You didn't go to shows at the Jessup Dome? That's where like Motionless used to play and everybody. Oh, see, Wilkes-Barre kids.
Go back to Scranton, John.
You go back to Scranton.
That's the other thing too, is I feel like, going out to shows in the area, no matter where you're coming from, it always requires like a 20 to 30 minute drive.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's definitely a big factor when, like out on the island, you go to a venue or a bar that's 5-10 minutes away. It's in the area, you're getting your beer, you're nice and close to home.
Right.
And I feel like, it's very early nights. It's early nights out here, and people don't travel. The weather really holds people back, so it's definitely hard to break through the barriers that are there.
Absolutely.
And people don't. And for some reason, I found I've worked in bars and restaurants, a bunch of venues and stuff throughout my years, and I find that for some reason, if the venue is 5 minutes away, they don't want to pay a $10 cover. But if it's a half hour away with the same exact band, they'll willingly pay a $20 to $30 cover.
Right.
So it's like it's a really interesting. It's like just because, I'm from where they're from, I'm gonna pay 3 times as much and
Right.
$20 in gas to get there. But if it's just down the road, they're like, I can see them anytime. But that's not true. You can't see them anytime because eventually they're gonna leave, and then you got to go forever. And that's get them where they're new, get them where they're here.
So
Exactly.
so aside from the travel aspect, what do you see in the music scene here that you feel could use some more work on?
I feel like there needs to be more attention to it, because we've bounced around. I left my place on a Friday night where we had an awesome jazz night, and we had 3 people in the audience, and then we went up to another place to go see another show that we had some very talented musicians playing at, and we walk in, there's literally nobody in there. So
Right.
it's like that's a hard sell for a lot of places out there, is just getting the people to come out.
Yeah. So what do you do about that? Like what can we do about that?
I feel like we try all the different types of promotion. We try to do the digital route. We go, we're trying to do Facebook ads. We're trying to reach out on Instagram, but then you still have numerous people who are asking for a calendar to walk in the cafe, pick up, and take home with them. So, it's like we're trying to balance it all. But, I feel like the marketing is still so 10 years ago, but also today, and you have that big mix, and it's just very hard to find the happy medium of where people look.
Yeah,
and then like,
yeah. And a lot of people are abandoning social media, especially since like new owners took over for different social medias like Meta and Facebook with advertising is completely different than it was before they were in there. And now it's just, yeah. I'm always an advocate of slap a poster on a wall as well as advertise online, because otherwise you're going to miss out on half that bar crowd that just they got to look at that poster where they're taking their mid bar pee just to oh hey, here's something going on this week, and then they're like they don't know.
We got our flyers in the bathroom. It's
the best place. You want to keep from having like awkward. You're staring at the wall. At least put a poster there. Then you're like, oh, big break take. Oh, cool, this is happening, and it gives you something to look at.
Well, they say people have to see or hear something 3 times before it's like sticks.
And multiply that by however many beers they've had that night if they're at the bar. So
Social media is tough to balance. I mean, even fun fact, we lost our Facebook yesterday because we got reported for copyright infringement by a Hollywood company who has the same name as us. It was a screw up with the USPTO in our trademark registration, and we were allowed, and we pushed our trademark through. We got the green light for it. But this gentleman out in California renewed his trademark and got it. He renewed it 1 month before I applied for ours. So we managed. We both went through the system at the same time. He got his registered, and he sent me a cease and desist 3 days after that. So we've been going back and forth. I've spoken to him, but yesterday he reported one of our posts as copyright infringement, and Facebook is very unforgiving when it comes to page deletion. So we're dealing with that right now, trying to see what we're going to do about this. It's like that's a whole outlet of advertising that we just had ripped out from under us in a matter of a minute.
Yeah, that's
we had with my party, we had a problem with like I said, after the algorithm changed, we actually created a separate group on Facebook. I don't know if that's an opportunity you can take advantage of, but in addition to like the LB Entertainment page, there's also the LB Entertainment Facebook group that we invited our fans to follow, and we just post our schedule there as well. So at least in the meantime, because people weren't seeing anything we were posting for 3 days anyway. So I post, I'm at this bar doing karaoke tonight. They don't see it till 2 days later, 3 days later. Right. So we created the group just to kind of counter that. And, at least it kind of gave people somewhere to look every day, or they could see that it was posted every day. Whereas my page was just when it showed up in their feed, if they were lucky.
Well, then you also have to have, a certain amount of comments on a post in order for it to show up on people's timelines.
You can find the days when you get shadow banned. You put some stuff out and it's just like you can clearly tell nobody saw this post.
Yep. Oh yeah,
it happens.
But, and I sat there when I first started with this stuff, I studied, I looked up, I Googled, I researched how to manipulate the algorithm into showing me to more people, and it was the current trick is if you can get 20 individual comments on your post, but they have to be different comments. It can't just be 20 people going boost, boost, boost. It has to be actual individual comments or photos or GIFs. And I refuse to pronounce that with a J. That will actually boost it. So it'll be oh, hey, your friend commented on this post, and now you're seeing it in your friend's feed as well as your own feed. It's a whole dance, and it's a pain in the butt, really.
We had, when I was running the record label, we had an engagement group, and it was everybody who was a part of the brand. We were all in one group chat. And when you posted up anything, put the link in the chat, and that directed all of us to go to the post, like it, save it. Saving is the most powerful AI booster.
Didn't know that one. Cool.
Yep. And which nobody does. Nobody ever saves posts for later, but Instagram will see that as a more credible interaction. So you run that through, but they even crack down on those groups. Like if you had a DM chat group that had anything to do with interaction or anything like that, they would block the groups and they would start shadow banning you. And people have noticed it in the groups where you start posting stuff and it's just unfindable.
Wow.
So, it's like you find out these hacks, but they don't want you finding out these hacks, so they make it that much more.
Because they want us to pay for it. And honestly, I paid for advertising before, and it just, like, even if it was $10 for 3 days, not a bad price, but they claim you'll reach out to 600 more people. But I literally have seen no difference between the people that show up versus when I just blatantly post it for people to see.
For a while, I was doing, like, I would just put $2 behind a post. Like,
that's all you need. Sometimes
2-3 times a week. That just gets you their numbers to be like decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not fake looking.
And God help you, like, if you tag your friends in a post and if they don't approve the post for their tag, they look at that negatively as well, and they shadow ban you for that. Like whenever I tag people now, like, I can tag. Honestly, I will say, like, when I tag people in a post for a night out, it's usually people that I know, because I make friends with most of my customers. I literally will tag the ones that I know usually to come out, the ones that actually have a good time. I'm not tagging people randomly just for the sake of tagging them. I'm tagging people I genuinely think would want to come out. But if they don't approve that tag, then they'll look at it as a spam post and then shadow ban you. Like,
it's
such a balancing act. It is.
And it's by the time you figure out the new way they're doing it, they're already changed it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's something that you just have to constantly keep up with, or have somebody that's on your team that's just their job.
Every year that person has to get younger and younger, because it's like
they should always be 26.
No, it's crazy.
Gotta have Urban Dictionary open in one window at all times
until Urban Dictionary eventually becomes obsolete, and then we'd have the Urban Dictionary of Urban Dictionary.
Right. Yeah, dude. It's a, like you said, it's a balancing act. It is 100%. And you either don't do enough and nobody, sees your posts, or you do too much and nobody sees your posts.
Right.
And somebody will always say, we had no idea that you were doing this. And it's like,
I'm
sorry that you didn't see it in one of the 17 spots that it was posted.
Right. I posted it in 20 groups. I shared it on my page, in my story, and on my personal business page, but so sorry you didn't see any of that.
Right.
I apologize you didn't turn your computer on.
Right. That's why I'm honestly, like, that's the point where I'm like, I'm just going to print posters and slap them above the urinals. Be like, have at it, boys. Just paint a target on it, put a sticker on the back of your urinal. They'll aim for it and at least read what it says. I don't even know. Like, actually, someone write that down. That's not a bad idea.
That's a good marketing.
Speaking of venues, have you had a chance to go out and check out some of the local NEPA venues?
I have been to the V Spot once for an open mic night. Where else? I've been to
shout out Rich Howell's NEPA scene.
There we go. I went to a show at Urban Cliff. We saw Stepanetti there. I like the vibe of that, which is now changing over to D&H Brewery. And no, that's honestly it. I don't really have much time to go out. I went to Wayne on the Hill once, but no crazy venues out there. Well,
if you're, like you were saying, you're searching for original acts, original artists. There's like almost 30 original shows in NEPA for these following 7 daes, starting tonight, I believe.
That's how I found you guys, because you guys posted them all.
Yeah. And
Robin,
right? I see John down there with his finger on the trigger. So this is a little bit of a long one, but it's well worth it. So let's check out what's going on this week.
Hi, it's Robin with this week's original shows in northeastern Pennsylvania. On Thursday the 9th at the V-Spot in Scranton, Gracie Jane Sinclair. On Friday the 10th at the Stonehouse in Carbondale, Wade Preston. At the Keystone Stage in Oliphant, a verse with sets from 3 supporting bands. At the V-Spot in Scranton, a tribute show to Foley with the MDG crew. At Back Mountain Brewing in Dallas, Marcus Welliver Duo. At Anomaly Craft Brewing in Berwick, the Springtown Ramblers. At the Bar Street Tavern in Scranton, J. Luke. At Follow the Smoke in Simpson, Lewis West. At the River Street Jazz Cafe in Plains, the Dirty Grass Players and the Dishonest Fiddlers. At TikToks on Terrace in Honesdale, Elephants Dancing. At Jam Room Brewing in Greentown, Adam McKinley. On Saturday the 11th, at Classics in Scranton, The Crates and Bullied by the Elderly. At Warrior Bar in Stroudsburg, Roots in Bluestone. At Foozers in Scranton, Easy Boys. At Snappers in Factoryville, Phyllis Hopkins Electric Trio. At 279 Bar and Grill in Plains, Matt Whitty with Disposable and Dave Hardy. At Pisano Family Wines in Hunlock Creek, the Husty Brothers and Brett Alexander. At the River Street Jazz Cafe in Plains, the Keystone Groove. At Mountaintop Pub in Mountaintop, Blue Mountain Soul. At the Cigar Pub in Drums, Adam Sorber. At Dookie's Cafe in Wilkes-Barre, Empire in Decline. At Curry Donuts in South Wilkes-Barre, The Ghost Right, and supporting sets from 3 other artists. On Sunday the 12th, at the Downpour in Wilkes-Barre, The Shamrocks. At the Creative Compound in Honesdale, Emily Naccio. On Tuesday the 14th, at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse at the Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre, Aaron McClelland. On Wednesday the 15th, at Fiddler's Green in Larksville, Melith Lewis. On Thursday the 16th, at Voodoo Brewing in Scranton, Young Burgo Duo. If you want your show featured on the next episode, go to thebigbreak.org/podcast and click the Submit Your Show button. That's all for this week. Make sure to head to a show, spread the word, and support independent artists.
Nice.
I'm going to start messaging Robin. Be like, Robin, post my karaoke in there too, just because I need more people.
First of all, Robin does a great job with those. Second of all, 30 bands this week. It's crazy people say they're bored in this area. Like, fuck off. Third of all, know how many bands reached out to us and told us that they had a show? Fucking none. We could go out and look for all these. People say it's hard to promote their shows and shit around here, but we make a video and honestly, I might start taking that video and just posting on people's shit who say they're bored. And you could get your fucking.
Well, here's what you can do. Boom.
It's so easy. That's the other thing about this area. Everyone's so goddamn lazy, and they all just bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, there's opportunities out there like that, and Robin does a great job. And all you have to do is say when your show is, and we put a graphic, we put it in a video. There's shareable content on social media, or just share ours.
I do have to say that the Keystone Stage.
They're the only ones who send it in.
They submit their shows.
They're the best. They're the best.
That's awesome.
Well, now Mike's gonna do it too because
a lot of those stages don't. I will say this: I know personally, a lot of those venues that were just listed right there, they don't charge a cover. Some of them do, but some of them don't. So not only are there shows in the area you can go to, but there's free shows you can go to. Go do a thing.
It's insane. It's insane. Everyone's I can't get people at the shows. It's well, there's ways to do it, man. You just gotta give one little bit of a shit, and it's out there. But okay, that's.
If there was, I wish I could afford to buy a bus that was just the show bus that just went around to every show that was going on each night and just drop people off. You pay $2, you get a free ride the whole night.
Yeah,
just drop them off and pick them up.
That'd be really profitable.
That's the downside of this area is everything's so spread out, and. That's why I miss Denver, as far as that goes, and I'm sure like you were talking about this as well, Long Island, where it's just everything's so
it's right there.
Close.
Last night, me and my girlfriend went out to Main Street in Farmingdale, and we're driving up the block and deciding which one of the 15 bars on the block we want to go to. It's you can't do that here. It's just not a thing.
Can't, and that's definitely a challenge. That's definitely a challenge. Gas prices. Bands themselves are, generally they don't have the money to just just go anywhere. So it's definitely tricky here. And this is most USA is like this.
Yeah.
Most of America is like this. It's not big cities.
But we're also in a great area for live music because we are within 2 hours of several major cities that have live music, which is one of the reasons why the Big Break does well here with how many bands we have competing is because you can come from 2 hours and you're in Jersey or you're in New York City or you're in Philly,
right? And
you can come here and there's tons of great talent in this area. They just kind of get stuck or they hope they'll make it and they leave or,
right. Or they just give up. I've heard many musicians over the years that just they're tired, they're we're putting everything into this and
It takes 2 seconds to
enough.
share your friend's band on your Facebook page for free. And you can't even share what you're doing. Like I've watched, like I like on my own personal, you know, I know I share a lot of my own stuff, but like a lot of my friends don't share. And it's like, I want your small business to succeed. We're not competing. I want everyone's small business to succeed. I will gladly share your things, share mine. I don't care if you do or not, but like ideally share mine. I'm sharing yours, you know.
Right.
There's no reason not to share what's going on with each other and support each other.
Even if you have 0 friends on your friends list, share it because it helps the algorithm, man. It's just, it's all this.
It makes it so it looks like people want to see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we had this girl that was signed to our label, and she was very into TikTok, and you know, it came time where she did realize she did not need a label anymore, and she spent her time figuring out TikTok, and she blew up. You know, she just passed 2 million followers on it. You know, her song blew up, and same thing. You know, but she's just completely honest. Like, hey, pre-save my song because it helps my streams when the song releases. Like, do this because it helps that. You're upfront with it, and you know, worked for her.
Yep, Nancy Morris. Actually, she's our photographer for the Big Break, and you got to check out her work. She's really, really good. But yeah, she's saying the same thing. Absolutely, share. It takes one click, man. It takes 1 click.
I think a huge thing is making sure a band has it allocated. So like, maybe one kid, it loves social media. Like make that person in your band the one that runs the social media. Have one person that's more of a manager or handle the manager. And if you guys can't do that as a band, guess what? You're not going to work. You're going to break up eventually, or you learn that somebody outside of the band could do it. Have somebody you trust on the outside do it. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's the musician thing though, where they're all just like they make art and we just think the business side of things, where it's like, dude, just tell him to do this.
You'd be surprised how affordable a social media manager can be though. Like honestly, like sometimes if you just want them to post the flyers and promotional things that you created, you can pay someone $25 a week to do it for you.
I'm 100% against social media, man. Like anything, paying people for social media, like, dude, that's literally my job. Like I run the social media for our companies before. It's insane because like I just run. You got to you're either you act like yourself and you don't treat like there's no templates to social media. Like don't post a quote a day. Like that's the most cookie cutter shit. Even if your band doesn't talk a lot, don't be the band on social media then. Don't have a social, you know what I mean? Post every so often, or be the authentic band you are and don't have social media. That's actually pretty fucking cool. You know? So it's like people either try to force it. It's like, if you guys do it good, do it. If you could do little bits and someone could stand there with a camera in the room, guess what? TikTok's going to love it. Facebook's like, know what the algorithm works for you when you're your fucking self. When you act like yourself and people are like, I can relate to that, you know? So like, that's the big, it's like, stop using Canva templates. Please stop using Canva templates. Please stop.
Don't hate on Canva. Don't hate on Canva.
I use Canva. I literally, our business is wrapped around, we use Canva in like 4 steps of our business plan. So like, but now I love Canva.
Anytime Canva you see a flyer.
Canva templates, they should remove. Like be creative. Like Photoshop doesn't give you templates.
Right. Yeah, everybody's using you see a flyer and you're like, oh, I made that flyer 3 weeks ago on Canva with different words.
Exactly. Like a designer could see that with their eye in a second and a half. Like if you're not making, so that's why I love like the Keystone stage. Like all of their posters are custom made. Like there's, even if it's a joke about something that happened that 4 people know, dude, now 4 people are going to think that's hilarious. I don't care. 4 people matter to me. They could each spend $20 and I could literally go out to eat with that money tonight. So it's like, boom, that's what business is. So like, I don't know, people, the whole social media thing, it's like, fuck the algorithm, dude. Do you. That the algorithm is do you, you know? And
my most popular advertisements I've ever had, and this is talking the entire time I've been running LB, is I'll take a meme, I'll slap my logo over the face of one of the characters in the meme, and I'll toss it up, and then I'll put in the post what's going on. And honestly, those get the most engagement because it's like everyone's like, oh, I know this meme, haha. And it takes their 15-second attention span. And
right now and how fast you can do it. It's like if you made a joke to your crowd 20 minutes ago and you could make a t-shirt about it, guess what? That t-shirt will sell 10 times more than some.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a
big
post about you
line
looking 70 years
grab.
old later tonight, and everyone's gonna laugh at it. And,
Exactly. And maybe you sell 30 that day and never sell another one again, but it's like you made 30 sales that day that you didn't have the 20 minutes ago. You could do it. You have a cell phone right now that could do anything Photoshop could do. I use my cell phone for basically everything I make, unless
I'm on my cell phone right now
for work. Yeah, exactly. You could be on here. You could podcast. You could do video editing. Half the videos I edit are on my cell phone. Just because, like, dude, I don't have a computer to sit down and like the videos you need to edit with actual computer software. I'm not doing that for you know. So it's
you need a lot of high power stuff for that.
Oh yeah, like I have a $2,500 computer that I do that stuff on. But it's like I'm like the most valuable part of me is the videos I make on my phone because they're quick. They're like if it's a joke that needs to happen right now, you can't run to your computer. You know?
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely like a weird production value kind of thing going on, right? If you're shooting a movie, you want production value. If you're doing a little quick video, you want no production value. You want
you want it to look like you want a shaky camera.
Walking around.
Exactly, dude. Use transitions that are built.
Hey guys, I'm a real human being coming live to you from my living room. Like,
I have this app called InShot, and it's $1.99 a month. This company charges $1.99 a month, and it has the most high-powered video editing software a cell phone could possibly have. It edits in 4K. It gives you 60 frames per second. Like you have transitions, motion tracking. You could motion blur. You could do anything you need to do.
I have the free version of it, and it's still pretty useful.
Even
would
the
you
free
say?
version,
Would you say, John? Would you say that a contestant in the Big Break would be able to use that app, the free version, even to create their music video?
I've had contestants in the past use this app because I told them this is what you should do. Like if you don't have video editing, first of all, if you're a band and you get worried that you have to make a music video, like, dude, use your cell phones. You're a band. That's adorable. Maybe the quality, but we tell you right off the bat, it's not about the quality. We want to see who you are. So it's like, that's like That's the Savage. He went and did like a real TikTok looking like with like stickers that you would use in a story. You know, like, so he makes it look like an Insta story. And I was like, dude, I don't care what the song sounds like. I was a judge that year. I was like, this kid's getting top score for my video category. Like, maybe the quality was less than, I forget, Old Kentucky Shark who won that year, but it's like this kid like I make video and that.
I love his video. You know, maybe we'll play it next episode.
Yeah,
I found Clip Champ. I found that through Microsoft. It seems that's what replaced Windows Movie Maker. And I don't know if it's the same creators, but if I had to guess, it's the same people who created Canva, and it's just as user friendly as Canva is, but it's a full video editing software. There's stock videos, stock music, stock images, and all that stuff.
Nice.
But I can't do it on my laptop. I have to use my high powered computer to run it because then it just lags.
That's why this InShot is great. Like while it's rendering a video, you can't use your phone, but you just put it on the side. But like it's multi-layered. I think you can put up to 30 layers of a video, which is like that's like that. You're not talking about Premiere. You're talking about Adobe. I'm talking. You could layer picture on picture, layer text. Like it's insane. What you can do on your cell phone.
That's what I made that point.
How about
that one stupid?
You could keyframe. That's what you can motion track. Like it's insane. And like you could tell this company, it's like StreamYard that we're using right now. It's growing with like the fact that people are realizing, and they keep it $1.99 because they know that's the most attractive part. It's like we're so good. We're fine with this price because a billion people will use it.
Well, because exactly a million people buy it for $2.99. That's
exactly, dude. If you're okay with
I'll take
$2.99 for 100 people, then you'll be more than a happy camper when 2 billion people buy your good product. Like, if you like, that's what you got to stick to. It's like the 99-cent Arizona can. That guy stuck to his guard as long as he could. Like, it's like, Doug, I had to change it, but that's what I like about that company. So go use that, kids.
So
lower your prices and work on volume.
So Mike, we're we're approaching the end of the episode here. So just how can people find you? You got any plug away, man?
Yeah, so our main website is creativecompound.biz. Our Instagram is creative_compound. Our cafe one is also Anatomy Craft Coffee Bar. You can find those on Facebook or Instagram. At this current time, the Creative Compound Facebook is unfortunately unsearchable. Hopefully that will be changed in the future. But right now, I would say sticking to our Instagram as well as our cafe socials. That's really what we're going to start pushing all this stuff through. So like I said, I'm pretty sure Facebook's going to be unforgiving with this profile restriction. So we're going to start pushing stuff through the cafe. Those are going to be the two. Oh.
Yeah. Right on, man. Yeah. So one more thing I wanted to mention to you, Mike, is if you need t-shirts, we do merch booth right there. So
there we go.
Sign up, free account. You don't have to pay anything up front.
Merch booth. I've heard of them.
We made it. We made it. Yeah.
Definitely heard that before.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. No, it's like, it's a straight up, like, if it's another one of these things like where we could be like, it's $1.99. It's so good of a deal. I'm starting to think we charged a little, maybe too little for it. And we have a free program. So it's like, oh, and we charge nothing.
Do you do print on demand, or is it?
So that's what it is. So it's on demand. If you sign up for a free store, you get 2 designs. If you sign up for a VIP, which is $20 a month, that's what I think. It's like, that's what Netflix is like. We give you more than Netflix. Look at us in the eye and tell us we don't give you more than Netflix. But it's like, it's a good deal. You get, with the VIP store, you get like marketing assets, like promo images. We put it on models and stuff like that. But even the free program gives you like marketing. The thing our plan was to make it as marketing driven as you could, like social media marketing and stuff like that. So like we follow everybody that follows us. Yeah,
I was using print for a little bit, and they're like,
yeah, everyone, all the other companies are coming to us, and they're all like, oh wow, you guys are the much easier company to use. Because there's like 5 of us that run it. It's very easy. You can talk to us like we're people and shit.
Yeah, there's 2 of us on the podcast right now.
Yeah,
and the guy I talked to is over there.
Half our company and one of our biggest customers are here. So, none of us know which way to point, but
that way. That's the guy I talked to.
Yeah. But Mike, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I hope to see you at some big break events. That would be really cool.
I hope to see some afterwards.
Well, I'll buy you a shot.
Yeah.
Careful at the 12 penny with those shots.
Yo,
cheers to that.
Yo, I bought a shot. One shot at 12 penny last night.
It's a rocks glass filled with lime.
They're like, do you want ice with that shot? You want?
Oh my god!
It's a hefty pour at the 12 penny.
It is. I'm not complaining.
No, it's good. It's not pricey either, which is nice. That's how you're guaranteed to have a good time whether you remember it or not.
Exactly. Somebody will remember it. But yeah, so Mike, again, thank you very much. To close out today's podcast, we've got a Thanatos, his music video that he submitted last season. Everybody out there, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanatos, he's got the shirt. You can get on merch booth to buy one. Like, share, subscribe, love, thumbs up, hearts, etc. John Fry.